Larry here with Salaman's Business Magazine and Social in Seattle. And I'm also here with Tina Gary. And we're here with
Dick Stevens. I'm the local producer for James Beard Taste America and own Varsity Communications here in Seattle.
Hello, I'm Amy Berry. I work for Delicato Family Wines out of California, but I represent these fine wines up in the great state of Washington.
We're so excited to have you both here today. And of course, we're here to talk about the James Beard Foundation Taste America, which is going to be tomorrow at the Four Seasons. And of course, you can't have food without great wine. So tell us about the wine, Delicato wine, what's going to be served at the event.
Yep, thank you for asking. So Delicato Family Wines, it's a family-owned wine company out of California. We do have wines, California, Australia, a great German portfolio, some New Zealand. So tomorrow at the James Beard, we're going to have a beautiful New Zealand Sauv Blanc, some Cabs from California, a nice Zinfandel, and a Chardonnay that will pair well with all the bites that are offered.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm looking forward to it. And Dick, tell us about your involvement, how long you've been involved with James Beard, and what we can look forward to tomorrow.
Well, this is my 10th James Beard Taste America Seattle. It's exciting to do these in the market we live in. I've been honored to do them in other cities. I've done Portland, and I've gone to Denver, and we've done events in Kansas City and Texas. But when we're here, we get to show off the bounty of what Washington State is. And we have the beef, we have the poultry, we have the greens, the berries, wines, the whiskeys, the spirits, and then just such a diverse culture. And, you know, we're honored to have groups like Delicato be a part of it, from a California company, and to work with people that are just understand Seattle. Seattle's a little different, right? It's got a kind of a cross-cultural opportunity, which means, you know, when we do Taste America, I think it really shows off what the Pacific Northwest is all about. And we have so many different cultures smashing into each other here. We get to have a bouquet with Taste America. Yeah.
So you mentioned that, you know, it's by the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. And of course, you know, Washington is known for our Washington wines. And we have, you know, some California wines.
Yep.
Can you explain more about, it's not just about Washington food and wine, it's also about the Pacific Northwest.
You know, it's kind of like Seattle is a cog. And how does the Seattle cog fit into the grander landscape? So obviously California is standard setting with wines. And one of the reasons why I'm so excited that Amy's involved is she understands the downtown culinary culture. This is where she has been an expert for a long time. So she's actually been instrumental in helping us locate chefs and bring in people. She understands the culture of this market. You know, in a portfolio like hers, it appeals to everybody, from the 100-point wine to somebody who's just breaking into understanding tasting. And I think where Seattle fits in is we're just becoming more and more relevant in the conversation. I know David Bowen was here from New York talking about it. Seattle's an important piece of that. And one thing I always kind of liken it to is when you take that picture of the United States at night and it's all dark, but you see these lights where all the markets are. It's like 1,000 miles of darkness, and then these lights up in the corner. And that's what we're trying to show off is, what are these groups? And that's what Taste America is about. And when California comes up here to recognize it, that's a big slap in the back.
Well, I love that she's representing and wearing a Seahawks jersey or a sweatshirt. So
She's a Seattleite through and through, yeah.
yes, I love that.
And also just to say, it's really fun to showcase when we're tasting our wines. Some people are coming up and they have their bites, and, you know, if they have a thing of chicken or, you know, something seafood to, you know, hey, try this. It was beautiful, you know, Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. But, you know, California or Washington, I mean, it's just fun to be in the whole industry and to show everyone that you could pair any wine with any food. It all goes well together. So it's a perfect set.
It is. And I think it's also serendipitous that right now at the Seattle Art Museum, they've opened up their new exhibit called Farm to Table. So it's all, you know, it's all art that's focused on food from farm to table. So hopefully the folks that are visiting from all over, you know, the Pacific Northwest, and also there's chefs from where?
Oh my gosh, we have chefs from all over the city, but you bring up the farm to table piece. one of our partners is Carnation Farms.
Okay.
And I know that you guys know that group. And that is truly farm to table what they're going to be bringing to Taste America this year. And when we look at the chefs, sometimes we see nominees that will come from, almost to the Canadian border or down to Olympia, all the way out to Spokane. And although it's Seattle, we have to kind of responsibility to show that the Pacific Northwest, that Seattle plays a part in that. It's not the only city in the Northwest. And also that we don't want Taste America to be seen as elitist. We want it to be as a ramp in to understand. So this isn't just about, foo-foo. This is about being included and understanding more. And I love to see younger people getting involved as attendees to this. And there's people who understand. They're standard bearers. Bettina has been that for us. She's been a co-chair. She's believed in this event from the beginning. And that's what this is about. It's kind of old home week, but here's the new team. Yeah.
I like that. So
This event is one of
20 cities, and some of them are dinners, James Beard dinners, a beautiful, elegant table-side dinners in different James Beard restaurants and locations. And then we have these walk-around grand tastings. That's what Seattle is, which I'm really grateful for. And the Four Seasons is a great partner. So this is a place where people can talk to the chefs. They can talk to the mixologists. They can talk to the wineries and the winemakers. We want it to be up close and personal. Yeah.
So even though you're one of 20 cities, what makes your show different than all the rest?
Well,
What sets you apart?
I think we let our hair down. I wanted to feel really good. I mean, I produced and co-produced Taste Washington for 15 years here, and that's a big event. And 290 wineries, and it's 2 days. And we wanted to kind of bring a little bit of that here and show these different pockets. And the chefs that are our chefs, I mean, just look at them. You're going from street tacos to a five-star dining experience to people who just hit the scene. Elmer Dula is what a great example of a Taste 20 chef, and what the narrative that he's writing. That's what we want to show off. And then mixology and wine, honestly, that's half of what this event is. And the James Beard Awards are being given away now in the libation area. It's the fastest growing. It's an exciting pocket. So as much as we love the chefs, we love these mixologists. So we have some James Beard recognized mixologists and wine partners on the slate. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Well, you say letting your hair down, but I know my hair right now is thick. You side up because of the static, whatever, and reflects the top of Space Needle. But I really hope that some of the chefs that are up and out of town will be able to experience coming to the Space Needle, going to Chihuly Glass and Garden, also visiting the new exhibit at the Seattle Art Museum, which is across the street.
Right across the street, literally.
From the farm to table, so that will happen. But what else can we expect? I know the event is sold out, but what else can we expect as a community from the event?
I think that they can show that it's not easy to do what these people in this industry are doing. It's challenging, from being able to pay the leases and to absorb rising costs, and then to not lose a fan base and continue to reinvent themselves. Like somebody like an Ethan Stoll. What a survivor! What a visionary! He keeps showing a new way for a restaurant to make its way in a tough market. And I'll kind of toss it to Amy. Amy is with these chefs and these restaurateurs all the time. She hears the story about what it takes, which means the suppliers have to absorb too.
Oh, yeah. Talking with the chefs or doing stuff, trainings, showing the wines, what goes, together. It's a very important part of my job and, the other suppliers that I work with, for sure. Yeah. It goes all the way down, from the chef to the staff, down to us.
Seattle was hit hard in COVID, and we were shut down. I remember being here, and everything was take-home meals or being on the street and dining, and you go to a market like a Dallas or a Kansas City, and everything's wide open. These people had to reinvent themselves wholeheartedly. Seattle's a tough crusted place. The weather is inclement at times, so it's all about dining inside. So they make experiences that are contextual.
One of the things I did during COVID was I vowed to keep at least one restaurant that was
I know you did.
seafood.
Duke's is a rock star. You love those guys.
It's for where I lived at the time. And now I'm doing Portofino out in Des Moines where I live. Another great restaurant that's Town.
Yep.
So folks can actually get really true and real to supporting different restaurants by committing something like 100 visits. It's actually a lot easier than you think. I'm already on my 30th visit per deal.
I believe it. Well, both you and Linda are so friendly to the culinary community here. We depend on you guys to continue the show and tell these stories when you're doing it at Como or you're doing it with Seattle Means Business. That's everything to us.
Yeah. So what's the next James Beard event here in Seattle?
Well, we hope that James Beard will pick Seattle again as Taste America for next year. Fingers crossed. I have a feeling we probably will do it. I do some Friends of James Beard events around the country. I just finished one in Kansas City. That was a big success. And we always try to shine a light back to James Beard no matter what we're doing. I do a lot of golf productions around the country, and anytime I could showcase a James Beard partner, it's great. And Amy, she's a big part in our golf world as well. We're partners in other things in other markets. It's just constantly just trying to find out how do we keep raising the flag for Seattle. That's our job.
Well, you're doing a great job, both of
Thank
you.
you.
So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.